Guys, Coach Ezo here. Want to walk through with you our sportswear injury tracking software that Elite Sports Medicine uses to help organize all the paperwork that goes into injury tracking for our middle school and high school athletes. So this year we are trying to get everyone, middle school through high school, um, get them on sportswear, and you actually do all your paperwork for your athlete on here. So you can have them do parts of it and you guys do part of it, but at some point, all of their paperwork will be submitted on here. So the coaches don't actually have any paperwork to deal with. So first things first, let's go to SWOL123.net. You can see that right here. That'll get you to the page that I'm on right now. So once you enter your email and password, your next step would just be to log in. So once you log in, you'll be brought to your home page. You can see your institution. If it says something different than that, please let me know. Currently, it should be your name and then your athlete's name or the parent. It could be the athlete's name for both, but I believe it'll be the parent and then the student athlete here. So if you want to change a profile picture, you can do that or add one. Down here, you'll see some tips. These are handy, just information on overuse injuries, and then some sport nutrition tips that will go along with what we're doing nutritionally with the middle school and high school teams. Your status, so it tells you if your athlete's history or information is accurate, if it's complete. You can see that there, and then the medical history is also there as well. So gives you just a view on your homepage what still needs to be done. Secondly, your forms here. There's 5 forms that are very important to fill out. This number will go down as you complete your forms. So just know that if it says 5 now, if you're already in a sport, volleyball or soccer, your form number here would probably already be 0. That means you're done. Ken has signed off on it and you're ready to go. So if you're not in any sports to date as of September 2016 and your first sport is softball or something in the spring, we're going to start working on these now. So first thing to do here is we want to click on my info and get into this page. And at the top, softball, we're going to be doing all 5 of these tabs. So general, you're just going to fill in anything that has the asterisk beside it. You want to make sure you put that in, male or female, your class year, etc. Birthday. You can change your password or your email, online access email, if you wanted it to be something different. Sport, group name, obviously Lipscomb Academy would be that choice. And then this wouldn't be anything that you should have to enter at this point. So be sure you save everything as you go. That's really important. You'll see me hit cancel just because this is a dummy account, so I'm not actually recording any information, so I'll be hitting cancel. But make sure you hit save. So looking at address, just want to update your address info. All the asterisks, same thing you've seen before. Primary emergency contacts. This is important for me. If I'm on the road, I can pull this up on my cell phone. If maybe we're on a road game or an away game and an athlete gets hurt and the parents aren't there, this is where I can go to look up that contact information if I don't already have it in my cell phone. So this was a good tab as well. Going to insurance, which you've done before. Just make sure we fill all this out. Primary policyholder, best that you can, and it would be a copy of your insurance card. You just take a picture, email it to yourself, and then upload it to your computer, and then you just select the file here, select from your desktop or wherever you save it, and add the card front and back. So that will be very handy as well. And then medical history. Same thing. This is good for our moms that are preparing food for our away games. They need to know what kind of food to prepare that we won't have any allergies. This is an important one that I would like to have you do. especially with nuts and gluten and just different food allergies that we could have. Also, if you're allergic to grass, that's a pretty important one when you're playing softball. So, bee stings or wasp stings, if something like that happens, I'll know and I can make sure she gets the right attention that is needed. So I'm actually going to hit cancel and go back to, you would be hitting save and go back to our home screen. The next section is a pretty important one as well, and our medical history. So if you would fill that out, that gives Ken a good look at um, things that have happened in the past or currently happening, obviously with concussion and cardiac arrest fears. This is a really important page to fill out. So if you answer yes, comment there on the side. If no, just keep going to the next one. And then, Ken Tyler would be the evaluator. And you would select high school softball. Okay, going back, yes. And this is the big one, our form. So we have 5 different forms that we use. Now you'll see you actually have to do 2 steps to get access to the form. There are 4 forms that do not need to be printed. That'll be these here. These forms you can do and actually sign an electronic signature in this program. So these 4, concussion, consent, cardiac arrest, and a general release, these do not need to be printed. This one, however, your physical form will need to be printed. It needs to be current for the 2016-17 school year. So that means if you have a physical from last year, you got to get it again this year, and that'll cover you for the whole 16-17 year. So this one you will actually select and then hit open and print that off, take it to your doctor, your PCP, have them fill that out, and then return it to school when you get it, or return it to you. And when you get it, you upload it into Sportsware, and Ken will sign off when he sees that. So I've ran the queue for it once. That's why you see that I've started it, but never finished. So let's look at one of these. We'll go to your general release form. You're going to select it. It's going to highlight it. Then you're going to open it. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so you would obviously read through that. Scroll down to the bottom, and you can actually sign in these spots. So that's kind of cool that you can do that. Information, and that is your signature. That's an electronic signature. So you want to be sure that you save it and submit when you're done. Again, I'm going to close it because I do not want to save it. You do the same thing with these 4, and then again print this one, take it to your doctor, and then get it filled out, and then upload it back into Sportsware. Okay, so that's the big one. You gotta make sure we have this for softball. You gotta make sure you have this one turned in before our first tryout, which will be in March. So, or I'm sorry, February 14th, 15th, sometime during that time period. So, gotta have those before, or they cannot try out in February. Okay, let's go back to our home page. And then here, this is print, where you can look at your info, your medical history, and print that for your own personal record or use. But this is a fantastic program. And again, Elite and Ken take great care of our athletes, so we want to make sure that we help them out as best we can. And this just takes the paper out of it, so we don't have to shuffle through those. It keeps it all nice and organized for us. So what I hope to do is have ours done the week of September 12th, and have everybody in and submitted with the exception of the physical. Understand that'll take a little bit of time to get done, but the other 4 forms I would like to have done that week after our parent meeting on September 9th. So the week of September 12th, 13th, we want to get those 4 forms done and submitted on Sportsware. Well, hopefully this helped. If you still have questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll be glad to help you out. If you need to meet in person, we can do that as well. But hopefully this helped, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.